Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm Sharon with Sharon Sews, and today I have a fabric haul video for you from S.R. Harris. Before we start, let me tell you what I'm wearing. This is a tunic top that I sewed using Vogue 9305. The fabric is a cotton print that I purchased from Cali Fabrics about 3 years ago. Knowing that time in each of the stores was going to be limited, yes, each of the stores, there are 2 locations. The original one, which is in the northern Twin Cities suburb, and it's huge, huge warehouse. And then the second location that opened, 5-6 years ago in the southern suburbs of the Twin Cities, much smaller, little bit easier to navigate through. So I knew I was going to stop at each one. I knew I was going to have very limited time. We were on a very tight time crunch. There were so many people we wanted to see. So in preparation for the trip, I pulled out my patterns and I wrote down fabric I was looking for. When I got in the store, you know what happened? I didn't follow it at all. I got overwhelmed, and I have visited both of these locations multiple times. I have been going to S.R. Harris since the early 90s. I mean, that's a long time. And I still walk in and get overwhelmed. But it's okay because I brought it home and I did match up patterns that I think I'm going to use with the fabric that I purchased. If you're not familiar with S.R. Harris, it is a large warehouse-style fabric outlet located in Minnesota, in the northern suburb of Minnesota. They claim they have 30,000 square feet. It's huge. They've been around for many years. You can find designer fabrics. You can find wool, silk, cotton, anything you can think of. Now, at the large warehouse, the original one, you cut your own fabric as long as it's under 5 yards or not one of the fabrics marked must be cut by an employee, such as the silks. Now, all fabric at S.R. Harris is always 50% of whatever is marked on the end of the bolt. It's just a marketing thing. And I'm also thinking that you probably spend more that way because you're looking at the price, and unless you're very careful to calculate out what the half price is and how much you're buying and what the actual cost is, it's easy to overspend. Last visit that you're going to see my fabric haul, and I am including the prices for you to give you a reference. I feel like the prices went up just a little bit. They're still very reasonable, but I felt like they were a little bit higher than they had been in the past. And while there were still thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of yards of fabric, I felt like some sections were a little less than normal also. Now let's get to the good stuff. The fabric haul. One of the things on my list was to find French terry, specifically non-gray French terry. You know what they had lots of? Gray French terry. But they did have this one, and I love the colors on it. I love the subtle little print. Not 100% sure what I'm going to do with this piece yet. Another thing that was on my list was to find cotton knits. I've discovered that ITY knits are just way too hot to wear. Here in the summer, cotton knits are a little more comfortable. I didn't find a lot. Most of the cotton knit prints were child prints, but I did find this beautiful floral. Love the colors, love the purples and the pinks. And obviously it's not going to work now because we're moving into the fall season. This will be next spring or summer. This piece of fabric was one that my husband picked out before he left to go sit in the car. He just really liked the print. It's a batik. It was labeled as a batik. It's not a color that I actually wear. It's got some gold, yellow, and some orange. I am not sure what I'm going to do with it. I purchased it because my husband really liked it. Maybe a maxi dress, maybe a maxi skirt, maybe a shirt for fall. I don't know. I'm going to wash it up and see what it looks like after I wash it. And that will make a determination as to what I choose to use it for. In the Berta Style magazine from February 2020, there was this top that I loved. This high-low button-up top. And I've been looking for fabric to sew it out of because apparently I have absolutely no imagination and I wanted the same fabric. So I did find a dotted Swiss in white and I picked up enough fabric to sew that top. I think this top, even though it's in white, is definitely a piece that can move into the fall cooler season weather. As much as I love to sew with knits, I came home with only 2 knits. I picked this one up, even though it's very summery, and it's actually pretty lightweight. It's a little sheer. Can you see me through it? I can see you. Wow, I can see the camera anyway. I picked this one up because I loved this top that I sewed. McCall's 7541, the cape back top. I sewed it in that pink, tiny pink and white knit. I'll link to that video, but it was the wrong fabric for this weather. Cute top, but way too warm even with white shorts. I know it's kind of summery, but it stays pretty warm here, and I'm going to wear it anyway. One of my favorite sections at SR Harris are the big rolls of the silky prints. I don't know why, because they aren't really that practical, especially since I'm not working right now, but I checked them anyway, and I came home with this one. I love this. I love the colors. Love the gradient of it. Now, I'm not sure. What do you think? Should it be dark to light, or should it be light to dark? What's the right way for this print? And I think I would like to do this out of print dress 8846. It's sleeveless, but you know what I love most about it? It has a cape back to it. How fun would that be? Now, in those rolls of silky prints, they also have some dress fancy prints, for lack of a better word. I don't know what you would call them. And I was just walking by with my little cart. Actually, I guess I'd be pushing the cart, wouldn't I? And this one caught my eye. Look at this. I love the texture on this. I'm going to bring it up, see if you can see the texture. It's a polyester, I'm sure. It's a man-made fiber. It's textured and little taupe leaves. You know, sometimes a piece of fabric just kind of calls to you and you're not sure why. It's a very impractical fabric, especially for my lifestyle. And I don't care. And I'm going to use this pattern, Butterick 6383. I'm going to do that orange jacket. I think an impractical fabric calls for an impractical jacket. And I think this is a beautiful jacket, but not very practical. So I'm going to sew it. Having shopped at SR Harris many times in the past, I knew there was a large section of linen, and I was looking to purchase linen. I was specifically looking for some brown linen. I wanted to make another pair of the ruffle pants that I sewed this past summer. I'll pop a picture up there for you. Out of brown linen. I thought that'd be a really fun transition into the fall. They didn't have any brown linen. Seriously, is everyone else looking for brown linen at the very same time? What they did have was some pink, so I bought it. This one is a linen cotton rayon blend. This is one of them that I picked it up, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. And then I got home and I thought, this is such a summer color. What were you thinking? Brown, pink. Huh. It'll be perfect for spring next year. So that's going to have to go in the stash for now. The next piece of linen I purchased is also a fairly summery color, but I've been looking at the fall 2020 trends, and lilac is supposedly one of the colors for fall. You know, take it with a grain of salt. Half the articles mention it, the other half don't. So I'm going with it since I found it. I think it's a beautiful color, and I'm going to use Vogue 1704. I'm going to make that top. I love, love, love the sleeves on that top. I'll just pair it with jeans. One pattern that I specifically purchased fabric for is Simplicity 9143. So I saw a blogger, a very talented blogger, post on her blog her version of this. I'll link to it in the description below so you can go check it out yourself. But I saw hers and I said, I need this pattern, I need this top. I picked up a shirting fabric. It has gray with a little bit of pink and white, or maybe that's lilac, I don't know. And after I got it home, I changed my mind. You do that sometimes too, right? And I changed my mind because I had purchased this gray linen thinking that I would sew myself a pair of pants. When I was in the store, I knew that this was a pretty lightweight linen, but I purchased it anyway. It really is too light for pants. It's just too sheer. I wouldn't be comfortable with that. So I've just changed my mind as I'm doing this video. I think I'm going to do the 9143 top out of this lightweight linen. Another section I specifically shopped was the chalet, and I found this one. This is gray. It's got a lovely little kind of a grungy multicolored line through it. Colorful, little subtle, and I purchased enough fabric to sew another one of the 9253 Vogue maxi dress. This has been such a popular pattern throughout the sewing world, and I have one in a silky polyester that I purchased from S.R. Harris, and I wanted one that I thought might be a little more comfortable for this weather. Here and here, coming up. This piece of fabric is one that I don't have a pattern picked out yet. This is a viscose. And if I pronounce that wrong, please correct me in the comments. Washed it and pre-shrunk it already, washed it beautifully. I love the boldness of these colors. Now, I'm not sure if this is black or if it's a deep, deep navy. And I just love the boldness of the neon print against it. What I want to make is some type of a dress. It's fairly loose fitting, possibly multi-tiered. I think it would be a very fun dress to wear. I also think it would be very comfortable to wear just staying at home. I also looked at the cottons while I was there. I will tell you the quilting cottons, which they carry a lot of, were picked over. Well, I shouldn't say picked over because there was still hundreds and hundreds and hundreds to choose from, but they were not nearly as packed full as normal. There was actually some spots at both locations that were open in the quilting cotton section, and that's so unusual. I was looking for Christmas and holiday prints. I haven't been able to find anything locally, and I found some. These are for some projects that I have in mind. A few of them are going to be gifts, and you'll actually see them on the channel fairly soon. And that was my excursion into S.R. Harris and my fabric haul. I think that's going to keep me busy for a while. I have no idea when we'll be able to visit again, so I have no idea when I will be able to visit S.R. Harris again. And do me a favor, thumbs up on the video if you enjoyed this. And you guys, leave me a comment. Should we get Lori to do a little fabric haul video of what she purchased? I think so. But what do you think? Thank you so much for being here. I do hope you enjoyed seeing what I purchased at S.R. Harris. I would love to hear. Leave me a comment. Which one do you think I should sew first? Until next time, I hope you have a blessed day and happy sewing. Oh.